Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Kalandra League 3.19. In this episode, I'm going over the Endless Delve event, where your only options were SSF or SSF Hardcore, and I chose SSF, and then I just wanted to quickly show this. So it was November 14th, and then you get these early uniques, and I used the Scar of Fate and the Remnant of Empires. The Remnant of Empires is really good. The Scar of Fate gives you early hatred. It also makes your Purifying Flame heal you when you hit enemies, and it also reduces the cost of the gems, and it adds some extra fizz. And then yeah, this is just a really nice shield for quite a while. Free endurance charges, free spell block. These are the old items from the last Delve event, but I just wanted to start off with that, and then I wanted to go into the actual Delve event. So I want to start it off with my biggest tip right at the beginning is you actually have a vendor, and you can buy gems, and you can buy the level 1 gems of every single color, and so you get way more gem options than normal. You don't have a crafting bench, and you don't have like access to anything else, but you can trade in divs, and you can buy gems, and you can trade for the vendor recipe stuff. So then at the beginning, yeah, you have like absolutely nothing. So I did zombie Purifying Flame, and then I did a 3-link of the zombie, and I did like Ruthless with what was the other one? Chance to Poison Onslaught was fine, Chance to Bleed is fine, all were fine. And then I ran Purifying Flame, and the Purifying Flame putting down the Consecrated Ground kept me alive too. That was really important. Then I scaled the build, and so what I did is I started off through this, and I grabbed the normal start, and I went SRS, and I did Minion Instability, and had Infernal Legion, and as soon as you got level 4 with a Summon Raging Spirit, it was great, and then level 8 with the Summon Raging Spirit Infernal Legion, it was really nice. And then we scaled into a skeleton build, and so I'm actually Skelly, Zombie, I have Demon Harpies, Spectres, no AG, I had a 5-link, we have a 4-link of Spectre, a 4-link of Skelly, so Skelly, Minion Speed, Ruthless, Maim. We had the Spectre was Spectre, Feeding Frenzy, Meat Shield, Phantasm. So the Feeding Frenzy counteracts the Meat Shield so that they're just normal, because none of my minions are aggressive. Otherwise I'd have to be putting Feeding Frenzy on everything. So I just did, yeah, and then the Meat Shield for the tankiness for the Phantasms, and then the Taunt off of the Meat Shield was the main reason I did it, while still doing damage close to me. And then yeah, the Skelly with the Maim buffs up all fizz damage. And then Ruthless was stuns. It was really nice. When the node was stun immune, god damn was that way harder. And then yeah, Ruthless, Multi-Strike, Brutality, Melee, Fizz, Zombie. I got a 2120 Zombie. I prioritized it. I was going for an AG, but someone finished the race. Oh yeah, so I made it to 497. And then the dude made it to 600. He was so fast. Let me show you this so I can go to the official website. One sec. So on this page, you could go here, and then this is on the official website under events, and then Necromancer, and this, where'd it go? 600. It was this guy. He finished so early. So it was this character. And so he actually used the shield, and then he's just doing this thing with the 500% increase ignite duration, the chance to ignite, the burning damage, and then he did DD. So it's pretty much what happened last time, and then yeah, I made it to 500, and we did it in 2 days. Like, it was 2 days. It was actually 2 days. It was pretty crazy. By the time I was at 500, he hit 600. One dude ahead of me. I was ahead for a day, and then he passed me. Really insane. Now back to, yeah, so 497 is really good though still, because it was only to 600, and I did 497, and then I was just having trouble. Yep. Having huge issues on these nodes. I was like, fuck this, and then dude passed me, and then yeah, it was over. And I was only on a 5-link. He had a 6-link. That was pretty cool. I didn't know that. But so then to go through the rest, those are most of the minions. Then I also had Stone Golem and Chaos Golem. So I ran the extra Golem commander for the extra Golem, and I had the 2 Golems, and then I had a lot of regen, so 752 regen with just Stone Golem and Vitality, pretty crazy. And then the Fizz damage reduction with a 10k armor, so the Chaos Golem allowed me to get less armor, but also made me better to dots, which would normally avoid armor. And then I actually found a Jinx Juju, and originally I couldn't fit it because I needed the Ami for res, but I ended up being able to fit this, and 10% of the damage from the hits from my Spectres left before me, and it says it's split between the Spectres, so it's actually not as much damage to the minions. It's really not that much damage to the minions at all, but it's only hits, I've noticed, and it was really good Ami though compared to what I could craft, and yeah. This shield, I found it. I found a +1 minion shield with +2 max cold res with minion Ellie res and spell block, and then I used 2 exalted orbs and got fire damage and mana. Woo! But yeah, the main mods were the main thing that I found. Flesh offering, purity of elements, vitality. I dropped grace for purity of elements because freeze was killing me because it was everywhere and I couldn't keep my flask up as I kept going deeper because I didn't have the damage to kill fast enough to keep my flask up because you need it for charges. As well, there's Droughtbringer and it just deletes my flask charges, which is really stupid. But Arch Nemesis is gone, so it's fine, guys. And then yeah, so immune to elemental ailments for this event though. For the shock, the freeze, the ignites were really big too. They were really deadly. It was insane. Purity of elements was massive, and then it also increased my minion survivability. I also got the minion Ellie res, sure, for that overcap. And then yeah, my Spectre, I showed it already. I did want evasion too. If I could have ran purity of elements, grace, determinate, all this stuff, of course I would. And pride, dude, let's go. And then I literally teched in an unset ring just so I could have a socket, just to run frostbomb, because I was fighting these rogue exiles, and Jonah the Unchained does a war cry that causes ridiculous regeneration, and so I deleted the regeneration. There was also rejuvenating. There's also like the Arch Nemesis mod. There's also just consecrated ground in general. There's also was it Benevolent Guardian? Does that one also heal? And this stops it either way. Frostbomb to stop regeneration. It's like that Helm mod I found for the AG, but I don't have an AG and I don't have Eldritch Currency, so I don't have that mod. So I did Frostbomb and it was really shit, but it worked. I needed it. I literally couldn't do enough damage to outdo the regen, so I had to delete the regen. Yeah. And then War Banner Generosity, because in this one, with the lack of mana for the auras, because I needed so many defensive, I couldn't run precision, so then I couldn't get the extra accuracy, so I had to run War Banner to get the extra accuracy. And this was like almost 1,000, so they're at 5,000 accuracy with the extra War Banner, 4,000 without the War Banner, I'm pretty sure, so it's like the precision. And then Flame Dash, yeah. Oh, and I also had Determination, and then I was flipping gems and making them 21 and getting quality on them and stuff, but the main one I prioritized was the zombie because it was dying and it needed the quality and the life, and it was still dying. The minions were still dying. The zombie had 37k, but it's because I made it so deep, and then I was going through a double proj, crit multi, double fizz as extra, AoE, and more life. As I literally just hit a dead end over here, and then I was going around. It's just so fucked. It was so fucked. As the dude's passing me, it's like, holy shit, man. The dude was going faster than me. He was making more progress. He was having an easier time. Anyways, sorry. Okay, so then the wand. I crafted a +1 minion skill gems. This is just lucky, and technically you could repeat this. So technically, I used an Essence of Fear. Screaming Essence of Fear. So you see I have minion damage and lightning res, and then I actually hit a +1. So technically, if you use enough essences, you could copy this, but you would probably normally use the fossils and do the thing. I just didn't have corrodids, and I could have targeted them and done that, but I only had 2 primes, and then I already tried 1 prime and I didn't get it, so I just tried my essences and I got it. So yeah, why, you know, why force it through fossils when I could just get it through an essence? Pretty cool. It's possible. And then helmet, I actually hit a +2. To do this, I did a 3 socket. I can't do it again, but 3 socket with bound, dense, pristine. This combo was pretty likely to get the +2, and I made 2 of them. So I actually have another one. And I hit Dex Int, Rarity. So this one had Dex, Rarity, Spell Suppression, Fire Res. It's pretty unfortunate that we can't craft on these things with the crafting bench, because there wasn't a crafting bench. But then, yeah, at level 33, you would get your first Ascendancy. At 55, you get your next one, 68, and then at 75. And you got your reses deleted when you would fight the first Katava, but you don't fight it. You just get your reses deleted at, like, level 45 or something, and then at level, like, 70. Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty fun though, pretty good progress, and continue the items. Just life, fire res, regen, life, damage recoup. This one's life, armor, regen, chaos res, strength, life, lightning res, chaos res, flask, mana, recovery rate, that one doesn't matter. +2, I found a +2 socketed minion gems in a minion node in Delve. We're in Delve, right? So I did a minion node and I found this boot and it dropped like this. A +2 from the minion node. So it has to be specific, you know, when you do a type. For example, I've done all of them. So, I didn't do them all here. Here's one minion node. You do one of those. And then the chest, yeah, so I found a boot and it had +2 and then move speed, lightning res. It was pretty good. The only other thing I would have wanted was actually a better base, but then I used this because we don't have a crafting bench, so how are you going to get a 4 blue? But I could also have not used meat shield, and then I could have used any red or green. I just didn't know what to use with my specters because they're demon harpies, and they're pretty weird because they're dash slashing, screaming, attacking, spelling. They have cooldowns, they attack, default attack, like, they do quite a lot of stuff, and so what's the best thing to link to them? And then they were actually dying if I used minion damage, so that's pretty crazy. Just the 25% less life, and that was enough. Minion damage is pretty brutal. I didn't use it at all in this. I couldn't use it because the minion survivability, and so that really helped my minion survivability by just not using things that take away also. But yeah, crafting that helmet was sick. +2, +1, +1, so I have +4. So my zombie was 25, and so actually, oh my god, did I have an extra zombie at the end there and I didn't use it? They were dying anyway, so it didn't matter, but technically, I think there's a chance.
Need more mana.
Oh my god, I had 1 extra zombie, because I had the extra Spectre already. And that's from the extra +2 boot. That's what I didn't think about the... Oh, it's because I got the 21. This didn't, like, it kind of didn't matter. What happened in the end was just kind of shit, as, yeah, it was just a race to 600 and the dude was beating me. There was no way I was gonna win. And I streamed the first day like 15, 16 hours, and then the second day I was already at like 15 hours as the dude's passing me. It's like, oh no, as I'm hitting a brick wall, no. It was pretty cool though that we were able to do 497, and clearly I could have had more upgrades and scaled the build even further and done more damage. It was pretty cool though. Pretty fun event. We did pretty good. Go over all the items. Oh yeah, let's show the stats. So 10,000 armor, 87 phase damage reduction, the 700 life regen, tiny bit of spell suppression, like no evasion. Why is my fire res messed up? Because I didn't swap the ring back. This is my desecrate ring. I just use it to have desecrate. And then yeah, so 104, 105, 141. I'm overcapped on the reses. 75 was my base. The 77 cold because the 2 max cold. And then we had chaos res. And this was good. And then I was pure elemental ailment immune. That was pretty good too. And I did the flask, so bleed immune through the flask or bleed immune through bone armor. Corrupted blood through this. I actually took the corrupted blood node on the tree because I wasn't going to get a jewel with corrupted blood. And then I got granite flask with increased armor, reduced charges, used when you use a travel skill, so I don't have the crafting bench to craft these with the crafting bench to guarantee the use on full from the 5 instilling orbs. So I had to randomly roll my instilling orbs, and I got used when you use a travel skill, guard skill, full. So pretty much as long as I was guard skilling and travel skilling, everything was being activated, and this one was on full, which was even better. Then we had, yeah, big armor, and then stun and block recovery, spell suppression. I did quartz flask because I didn't have phasing. I was shield charging through, but even shield charge seems to need phasing to get through packs sometimes, or when you stop in a pack and then you start getting stunned. So I did this for stun and block recovery, and this for cannot be stunned if you've been stunned, and stun threshold increased. And then yeah, reduced effective curse. Could have also done increased evasion. Could have done a jade flask instead of the corundum and just be stunned, or not have phasing and have extra evasion, because I actually have like no evasion, and it would have been nice. Reduced effective curse. Like, evasion is similar to armor in the like how good it is. It's like, it's pretty good. And then yeah, the extra LE res through the quicksilver, so I had even more. Then yeah, I would have loved more flasks. Yo, imagine 9 flasks, 10 flasks. Yo ho ho, and they're automated, and you're not, because no, like before you only could have 5 because you had to mash them, but now because you can automate them, then we could have 10 flasks. Okay, so then back to the, I got corrupted blood here, stun immune here, phasing here, some extra armor. They did half the flasks, right? Remember granite used to be 3,000. We could have 10 flasks. Okay, anyways. Flasks are pretty good. Flasks are pretty cool. Extra move speed. The armor. Phasing. Spell suppression. And then the tree. So it's a little bit different, but I took pretty much all the minion damage I could possibly take except for this. And then and I guess this, if you count this. And then I took all the minion survivability you could possibly take on the entire tree, except for technically the defensive masteries for on death, life with reduced recovery, which I don't even think is better potentially, with how much recovery I have and how recovery is pretty good. Don't use convocation. I guess I could have used convocation, but it's also worse than link skills. Yep. And then yeah, I took all the damage, all the accuracy, took the flat accuracy nodes, took the max LE res, had the extra chaos res, the extra ES. Then we only had 2900 HP going all the way to 500 delve. You know, it's pretty good until you hit this kind of a node with the really crazy stuff where even your minions, including demon harpies, can't survive. Yep. And then I just didn't have time to go around and then hit another brick wall while the dude's passing me, and I knew he wasn't going to have any issues because that's the build that did it last time. God damn it, man. Really solid run from us though, and what I was able to put together and how many things I was able to solve with so little, because think about it, we have no Pantheons, no crafting bench, no Eldritch currency, basically no influence. I'm playing like PoE Classic. This is endless dough. Well, it ain't endless after the race is over, so GG. It was pretty cool. One final tip for Delve is I capped out darkness. I didn't touch my light. I didn't touch the radius, I mean. I just went for number of flares, the maxing out my dynamite. I used dynamite to kill things that were too tanky. It adds some extra DPS, and then I capped out darkness. And if I show you, go to my node. Even at Delve 497, so you'll see the light radius is shit on the cart, but I can just stand over here in the darkness, and I can stand here for quite a while. And then my regen's pretty good. And this was pretty solid. And then I was only level 89. I actually only went to 89. So if we had got more levels, we could have done more. We didn't have time though. We had to race to the 600. I knew the race would be over in like 2 days. As soon as it was 600, I was like, oh, it's a race to 600. Holy shit, this changes everything. You're not farming up your crazy gear because you don't have time. You just have to go. I still got some pretty good gear on the way, but yeah. And then what I did was around level 80 or so, I just started farming like lower areas in Delve to where there was no XP loss. So for example, I could do a 78 all the way to 87 with no XP loss, and then at 87 I started to get some XP loss. So you didn't have to push all the way to 83 right away. You could have just, you know, gained like, that's 8 extra levels for free just at 78. And then the only benefit to go from the 78 to 83 would be that technically there's more base XP, but it's not like massive. And if it takes you longer to kill it and clear it, then it's actually worse XP, even though it's more base. And then because you could just do the other one faster and do more of them, especially no sulfite, so it was free to do nodes, so you could actually just, it's better to do more nodes than be stuck on, yeah. And also then you got to 87, 8 free levels, and that was pretty strong. And then also you level up your gems. Gems don't have XP loss, so you could actually even continue at the 78 or whatever level you decide to farm at. The way the levels work is you take your level and divide it by 16. So like right now at 5, and add 3, and then that's the gap I can have for XP loss. So I could farm an 81 with no XP loss. So like I could still level up at the 89. It was just that I didn't really have time to go just, you know, level up and delve while the dude's finishing the race, yeah. But in theory, like in reality, like I could have definitely gone lower, and it would have been quite easy compared to where I'm at pushing the 497. And then I wanted to showed all, I mean, I do all that. Okay, let's show a node that isn't insane at this depth, just to show the base of where I'm at. And then obviously, just because if I just show you the super hard node that just kills everything, it's completely pointless. But showing you how the build worked at this depth and how I was doing it, I think is really cool. You can see I get a shield charge, it's really fast build. I can summon 9 skellies. I have the 9 zombies. If I see something regenerating and not dying, I can frost bomb it. I could use the offering to consume the corpses to activate my plague bringer to get the extra AoE. When I have corpses near me, I get the 10% extra damage. Then I can Val Skelly when I get the corpses. If I can't get kills, I could dynamite to get the kills, to get the Val Skelly. Usually I just try to stay away from the monsters. I'm waiting for these to spawn. Now these are what I'm looking for. So that one's probably the tanky one, the really big one, but who knows. I also want to be away from the Turong that's shooting balls of ice. Okay, so basically I kill off these orbs, and that's going to end the encounter. But do you see how this one's really tanky? So I'm going to throw my dynamite on it. I'm just going to throw dynamite. It's still not dying. It's really tanky. But this is how and then you see that this was a no mod encounter, so that was just arch nemesis mods, because the normal ones were easy. It was the one that was super juiced up, that was even super big too. You could tell that that was the one. And in Delve, you can't just skip it, you have to actually do them. So I dynamited it. Easy. And then we maxed out the dynamite. So damage, radius, how many, and you see how I tested which one, because I don't want to waste my dynamite and my real supplies on the trash mobs. So we, yep, that's how the build was working, and that's how it was going. And sometimes I would go to a node and then there'd be an arch nemesis mob that was just fully RNG'd out to no end. It's completely unstoppable, where I just have to reset the node and go again because it's garbage. Yep, that's how it used to be when you would go delving and you would find a nemesis node. People maybe don't know if they didn't delve through the 1500 with minions and find a nemesis or beyond or Harby or yeah. God damn, a Harby with nemesis and beyond. Oh no, it's even stupider. Yup. And then yeah, because when you add all these mods and then this. Where I was at was actually, I just passed a Beyond Node 2 with Chain 3, and I was doing crazy shit. Build's insane. This is why I want to highlight what I did, show off how it went, and share with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the run. Rest in peace, Arch Nemesis. Obviously, video coming soon to go over that. We have the Golem Jewel change and then also the Arch Nemesis change. I have to make videos about those specifically. You could see the lead up though of these events into that. It's pretty crazy. That monster wasn't dying, dude. It took 7 dynamite. I have all my minions out, everything, dude, and it was an unmodded zone. It's insane. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed the endless delve. There's still some time left, so you could get your level 50, get your mystery box. Did I get mine yet? No, I got scammed. I only got 1 mystery box. That's so weird. What the hell? Huh. Well, we'll see if I get any MTX from the draw. Or oh, it's at the end of the event I get this one. Never mind. Changed my mind. Either way, glad I included that. Thank you for watching, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.